The news headlines for Thursday, December 4th, 2014. In Canadian news, we have some cat news. In the province of Newfoundland, there was a hoarder who had 130 cats and 3 litter boxes. Then we have a cat that was accidentally packed into a box and mailed from Virginia to Hawaii. Then there's in the UK, 50 cats killed every month by antifreeze amidst a growing trend for keeping garden water features defrosted in winter. Then we have in Denville, a family cat is kidnapped. The perp is known, but has claimed to have given up the cat. And he claims that the family is not deemed appropriate of having a cat because their cat got outside. Then, in dog news, we have a woman who was viciously mauled by dogs in Plainfield, Illinois. Let's listen into those stories and more. 130 cats and only 3 litter boxes were discovered in a Cox Cove home. What began as an assessment of a home reportedly housing a few dozen cats ended in the discovery of an extreme cat hoarding situation in a small town on the west coast of Newfoundland. Janice Higgins, president of Scaredy Cat Rescue in Corner Brook, Newfoundland, says she and other volunteers discovered at least 100 cats during a routine visit in a home in Cox Cove. We discovered cats that are malnourished, that are suffering severe flea infestations, Higgins told CBC's St. John morning show. I'm surprised at the amount of ear mite dirt that a small kitten's ear canal can hold. Higgins said that she first learned of the situation after a veterinary clinic in Corner Brook asked if the group could investigate. According to Higgins, the woman who lives in the home only has 3 litter boxes for the massive felines. She said the owner feeds the cats by taking a handful of kibble and throwing it onto the floor. Higgins said 60 cats have been removed from the home, but she fears the owner will end up in the same situation down the road. She is very concerned about her privacy right now and the embarrassment that this has caused, Higgins said. She doesn't want to be known throughout the town or the province as a hoarder. A similar situation played out in Corner Brook in 2012 when over 100 cats were discovered in the home on McWhister Lane. After numerous complaints to the city from neighbors about the smell coming from the home, the city had to demolish it. We don't know how many hoarding situations there are. It happens behind closed doors. The people become isolated. They don't allow people into their homes and it escalates, Higgins told CBC News. A cat was accidentally packed into a box and mailed all the way to Hawaii. The cat used at least one of its 9 lives. It lives after surviving a month-long trip in a moving box with no food and no water. Ashley Barth, the cat's owner, tells Wavi TV that the cat named Meowie disappeared in September as movers packed her family belongings for a move from Virginia to Hawaii. 36 days later, the boxes arrived in Hawaii. Barth says she heard a faint meow as the boxes were unloaded. Meowie was in one of those boxes. The cat had lost half of her body weight and could barely walk. Wavy TV says a veterinarian office in Hawaii that treated Meowie reported that the cat exhibited classic symptoms of starvation. State veterinarian offices in Virginia and Hawaii also said it's unlikely a cat could survive 36 days without food or water, but that it was not impossible. With the joy of getting their cat back, Barth is also furious at the movers. There is no way they could have carried her down the stairs and not have heard her moving around and meowing and scratching at the box while trying to get out. There's no way that happened, she said. But the reunion was cut short. The cat now has to be quarantined in the Maui veterinarian's office for 3 months, which Barth says is costing them nearly $4,000. In the UK, about 50 cats are killed every month by antifreeze, amidst a growing trend for keeping garden water features destroyed in winter. The equivalent of a cat and a half a day are suffering traumatic deaths. The minister says many were poisoned because of antifreeze in water features. Antifreeze contains a sweet chemical which is attractive to small mammals. 50 cats are killed every month by antifreeze, in many cases after drinking from garden water features, British MPs were told last night. The equivalent of more than a cat and a half a day are suffering traumatic deaths in Britain as a result of chemical products, the Commons was told. The Environment Minister George E. Eustace said he was concerned that many were being poisoned because of the growing trend towards adding antifreeze to garden water features over the winter months. A Denville family cat is kidnapped. A man who lives in the small town of Denville, a quiet neighborhood, stole a cat and decided that the cat's family was not fit to have it anymore because he got outside. When the unidentified man realized that the family wasn't going to let this go, he told the family that he dropped off the cat in different locations on different nights, sending the family out into the night and into the wee hours of the morning, frightened that their cat was cold and hungry, or even worse, dead, said Megan Reeves. My children have been in tears, missing their cat and asking daily when he'll be coming home. After days of research, we've located this man's address. When he realized we were onto him and knew where he lived, he started acting strange, wandering around in the neighborhood, looking in people's backyard, hiding behind bushes, said Megan Reeves. By the time the police were able to get to his residence to search, there was no cat. We found out from a friend of the man's daughter that sometime during that same day, when he was acting so strangely, he gave our cat to a friend of his, said Megan Reeves. This is why people should never leave their pets outside unsupervised. There are many crazy cat ladies and even cat dudes out there. Despite the fact that an animal such as a cat is property, the law is not on your side in these types of situations. It becomes a lost and found, and it's not an easy and closed case of theft. A woman viciously mauled by dogs in Plainfield, Illinois. A Canterbury woman remained in critical condition Thursday morning after police say she was viciously attacked by multiple dogs around 11 a.m. Wednesday. Linny Denning, 56, a self-employed healthcare worker, was caring for an elderly woman at a home in Plainfield when the incident occurred. She had severe injuries to her face, shoulder, her arms, and legs, said Plainfield Police Chief Michael Surprenant. One of the worst attacks that members of the Plainfield Police and on the ambulance corps that we've seen in this area. The dogs belong to Jenna Allen, 29, of Plainfield. She and another man were able to secure the animals while medics treated the victim. The attack happened in Allen's home. Police said the victim had interacted with the dogs on multiple occasions. She's been working in Allen's home for about 3 months. Dennings is aware of the family, aware of the dogs. Something took place today that we're not aware of yet, said Surprenant. Police said they have responded to the home multiple times before for dog-related complaints. Neighbor Vincent Longo said 3 or 4 of those calls came from him. Coming over on our porch, ripping our screen down, coming through and then biting my dog, Longo said. I think it was a thing coming because of what's happened in the past. Police seized 6 dogs from the home, though Allen's sister, Brittany Allen, said only 2 of the dogs were involved in the attack. She said they were in heat. The dogs here are very well kept. They're show dogs. We've gone through extensive amounts of expenses to keep them well contained, Brittany Allen said. Trisha Santos, a family friend of the Allens, also told Fox CT that the dogs are loving and well trained. Police ordered all 6 dogs to be quarantined at the Plainfield Animal Shelter while they investigate this case. The dogs will stay there for at least 2 weeks, and some of them may be put down. Brittany Allen called the situation a tragic event. That's it for today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. In tomorrow's news, we're gonna have the Ebola patient in Dallas who had her dog quarantined. And another headline that passed in today's news feed was a fake report that Cesar Millan, the celebrity dog trainer, had passed away. Turns out it's not true and he's still alive.